It is silver giveaway time because I hit over 2,000 subscribers. We'll do that draw today. Did you happen to get your entries in? I hope you did. And we'll do some gold analysis. We'll look at Bitcoin and crypto too, some stocks, some chart requests, all that kind of amazing stuff we do here on a Thursday. If you are watching this live, use it every time I do that. If you're watching the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, yes, you get to enjoy every single damn thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main. That was extra high. Wow. But we do the synchronized slurp in the first 1 minute of the show. Grab a tasty beverage. I've got my tasty beverage. We slurp them synchronously together. It's the slurp heard around the world. I want to know in the comments what you're drinking today on this very auspicious of silver giveaway time days shows. Cool. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Slurp it. Some people don't like the slurp. I understand that. You're like one of like 5% of normal people. I'm Joe Main. I've been a stacker of precious metals since 2010, a stacker of crypto since 2013. I do this live show on Tuesdays and Thursdays and all the other stuff I do in between on the channel. Hit the big red subscribe button to stay updated with everything I do. P.S. The show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com, and Stormrake, stormrake.com, your full-service cryptocurrency brokerage, 2% brokerage fees for life when you sign up with my account. Don't pay 3.5%, pay 2%. That's a 42% saving. Come on, man. Let's do some stuff and things. Do me a favor, please, and thanks. Head over to, that's not the one I wanted, you stupid people. Not you, me. Head over to x.com/it's Joe Main. Why? Because I want you to. That's pretty much. Do I need to ask any more than that? No, because I go live over there. It's annoying. Okay, I have to go back here, talk amongst yourselves for about 2.3 seconds. And then I'll go over here. Again, it's the live show on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you get all this stuff, amazing stuff in between. Will I show you here? Yeah, I'll go back here and do that. Thank you. Loving your work. Because you want to follow me on X. I have like nearly 3,800 or so followers on X. That's annoying when I have to do all this stuff. Can't it just work for me the first time? Plus a silver giveaway. Here we go, July 31st, and the thing and the other thing. Yo, screw you too. All right, it's that, and no, it's not. It is that, and it's that. Cool, great. Let's get back to it, people. Let's do some quick shout outs, etc. And get on to the day stuff. We'll do the silver giveaway at some point in the show, not towards the end, but not at the very start. Okay, we're gonna, GMS, hi Joe and everyone at work today. I will try and drop into the live. No problem, my friend. G'day Neil and Mark. Hi Pete and Jason. Good to see you all. G'day Jason. G'day Mark, Florida. We just said that. Usual gang is here. Yes, absolutely correct. G'day Neil. It's good to see you, my friend. Are you going to tell us to buy platinum and crystallized osmium, etc.? Of course you are. That's what you do. Morning, Joe. Morning, Jason. It's good to see you. Becky. I can only. Why am I saying Becky Gundelfinger in a Scottish accent? Hey, it's Becky Gundelfinger. Don't know why. Shouldn't I be trying to say it in like a German accent? That's weird. Cool. Let's get into some stuff of the day. We'll take a look at gold. There you go. There you are, fella. And Gerald Draper as well. It's good to see everyone here. Why is this so dark today? Don't know why. Yeah, all my lighting's good. Let's take a look at the price of stuff and things. I thought that might be the case. I'm looking at the altcoin market at the moment, but I'll show you that soonish. So we'll do gold, platinum, silver, and then we'll do the silver giveaway. Cool. Can I find the gold price? Can I do that? That would be really good. Once again, if you've just joined us, if you're watching on X and on YouTube right now, we talk precious metals, we talk stocks, we talk crypto in particular. We'll be talking about TOSHI and XRP and ZBCN and lots of other ones. Give a chart request if you have one. Yeah, I found the gold price. Good. Let's go to the panel. Here is, I'm going to show you two on the monthly time frame because I'm going to show you what I posted on the Gold and Silver Stackers Australia Facebook forum just this morning. Let's quickly talk about that and we'll get to platinum. I'll do silver last and that'll lead into the silver giveaway today. Okay, proudly sponsored by Tony Peterson. Here is gold on the monthly time frame, price in USD, 3,280 something US dollars. I posited on Facebook this morning that if we are going to see a dip from here, which we might do, we're not completely saying that we will yet, but it's not looking great. I mean, I'll tell you what, this is the last day of the month and it's looking pretty obvious unless we have a beautiful close in the next 24 hours, roughly. If we have a close green, then that actually might be doable. It might be. So you could close at around above roughly $3,300 or higher. That would actually close the month green like we did here and here as well. So yeah, it's not that far away. So it could jump up $20 today quite easily. Okay. At this stage though, I would suggest if we do close this month red anywhere down here, that's not, I'd say it's not good, but that's subjective. It would probably lead to the following month maybe down. And it might be just leading to this being the little top for the moment. Okay, so I did posit if we are going to see a bit of a larger dip, where could we dip down to? And I said in that Facebook post, probably bare minimum down to about 3,050 US dollars. Why? Okay, so when you zoom out, okay, this goes all the way back to 1980, 2011, and we broke through the mother of all trend lines on a logarithmic scale. Cool. After you break out, you don't always, but you can tend to come back and test it. But look, the great thing about gold is it's been doing, and it's been for quite a while, but at least since here of actually November 2022 really, but really kind of started doing it broke out of its accumulation range around about here. But let's just say from about October 2023, a series of higher highs and higher lows on the monthly time frame, and they're not even massive ones. Okay, the last decent dip, okay, the last decent pivot point in gold was until after we broke here and then went down to there. So that is in May of 2023 and then down to that October 2023. That's kind of like the last major pivot. Then we've had this huge move from 1,800 US dollars to like 3,500 US dollars. So nearly a doubling in the price without any kind of major, even kind of minor on the longer time frame dip. So if it is going to dip, it's probably going to dip to about that 3,050. Because from this low and this high, that's at the 0.236. I'll also give it anywhere down to, I mean, you can get into this zag zone right here, but I'm really not favoring, but I would suggest no lower than, I should say. I'm not favoring it. I'm saying no lower than around about 2,800 US dollars. Technically, if you want to be technical, that's at 2,772, 2,770, 2,800. Could be an area that we get down to. That would be very normal. And as I said in that post, I'm not saying it's happening, and it would be very positive in the first place, because just look at this massive run in gold. Okay, higher highs, higher lows, break out of a massive uptrend line, the mother of all trend lines, come back down and test here, 3,050, test even here. Look at that. When you zoom it out, it's such a small blip on the way. So the top end of the zag zone here at 22,770, 2,800, zig, zag, zig, zag, markets go up, markets go down. That would actually be an incredibly bullish move if you bounce off 2,770 or bouncing off that 3,050, and then through there, then you can say onwards and upwards we go. So yeah, I'm not saying it's happening obviously on the daily time frame. However, on the daily, we are, let me get rid of you and you for the moment, and I'll get rid, yep, that's the one. Nope, that's not the one. That's the one I wanted, yeah, from that high. And it's, nope, I did this last time, didn't I? I did it last time, rectangle. There it is right there. So we talked about from this high and this low, the fact that we had been respecting 3,355 while we were above it. I was saying new all-time high in gold coming real soon while we are above 3,355. I said you do not want to break anywhere below 3260 roughly. And where have we tested support? Basically bang on, right at the bottom end of the zag zone right here. That's the area you do not want to break, right there at 3265, 3260. Cool. So we bounced off it. Is there anything telling me that we could potentially head onwards and upwards from here? Potentially, and it's only potential at this stage. You cannot say that this is a pivot point just yet. I've been learning, of course, from mastering the markets about pivot points and all that kind of stuff. A pivot point is pretty easy. It's a significant high or a significant low, but you can't call it a pivot point just yet because it needs a few more bits of data. At least needs another 2 or 3 days worth of upward movement or green candles in order to say, okay, that was the pivot point. So it's only potential at this stage. And what I'm talking about is a potential hidden bullish divergence. So if we have a few more days and we get up to say maybe that 3300, 3310 mark, so say 1, 2, 3 days of green candles, right? Or higher prices, I should say, then what you'd be setting up for would be a higher low or an equal low on the price, sorry. Yeah, I could just do it a little bit more easy right there, and a lower low on the relative strength index. Okay, setting up a potential hidden bullish divergence, but is not in there yet. That's why it is potential only. Yeah, but when you look at it on the monthly, man, it's got to close, really got to close above the opening, and the opening was at, technically on this chart, it's $3,003, $3,004. It's got to close above there and close green in order to say, okay, well, maybe it's just like this, and then just onwards and upwards we go. I don't like the now 1, 2, 3, and what's probably looking like a fourth large spike in the upward direction. It says that sellers are more in control of the market up at these prices, and the buyers are getting exhausted. Cool. On balance of probability, I'm going to say heading down. In my humble, non-financial advice opinion, that is gold. Gonna come to platinum first, then I'm going to show you copper. Ooh, ouch, copper. And then I'll do silver last, and we'll do the silver giveaway, and then everything else that we do in the show. Hit the big red subscribe button. Here is platinum on the monthly time frame, price in USD 1,311. Pop it on the weekly, and we have gotten into the best buy zone. Has been hit. Okay, now that we're in the best buy zone, as I did think we would get into, I was much more hang on, is that right? Did we? What's going on there? Yeah, we are. Oh, we're definitely in there. Why is it showing it to me on daily? Is that because that's in the way? Oh, because it's a gap down. Holy crap. All right, cool. We absolutely gapped down. Look at this. Is that on the 4 hour? No, it's just the daily doesn't like me. Okay, don't know why. Anyway, we're hovering above here at that 1380, and I said on balance of probability, I'm much more feeling like we do head down further from here, and watch out for the best buy zone. The best buy zone anywhere between that 1320 and 1215-ish kind of level. And yeah, that's where we're sitting. We're in the belly of the best buy zone now. So we got into the belly and we're just hovering above it right now. So technically we had it hit. Is this the best risk to reward around about now? Yeah, I mean, platinum's going much higher over the longer term. I will say on the 4 hour time frame, we've hit the belly of the best buy zone. On the 4 hour time frame, we've gone into extremely oversold or extremely undervalued on the 4 hour. Okay, doesn't mean you can't spend a bit more time down there. On the daily, we've almost kind of reset, but it's probably, so there's that daily there. I'm going to draw it in. There we go. I'm going to draw this in. Assume that this is, I don't know why it's not showing it to me. I'm going to color that in red. Ready? Watch this. Here we go. I'll color that in red just so you can see some kind of red candle on the daily time frame. So we've come down to there. You can easily tick around, but just watch out for the belly of the best buy zone. Okay, so again, anywhere between where we are now and anywhere down to that 1215 area, I give probably precedence to around about that 1270 kind of level. Probably no lower than there, but could be wrong. Anyway, that's the platinum price. potential lower prices coming. Belly of the best buy zone already hit it. And on the monthly time frame, however, look at where we are on the monthly. It's looking great. This is probably very likely just a short-term movement. Huge breakout out of accumulation range. Came up to test above that 13.25 level. And actually, we've come back to test it roughly as support. Could this be it? Sure. But I'll give it, again, anywhere down to that sort of 12.15-ish kind of level. And we're moving onwards and upwards over the longer period of time. We're going to break all-time highs in platinum for sure. I absolutely believe that, 99.99% guaranteed. So there's just little blips along the way, just like it is for gold. Let's talk about copper, though. Oof. Didn't want to see that. Here is copper on the monthly time frame, $4.68. We've broken back down below $5. Now, why did we do that? That's probably, I'm assuming that's something to do with Jerome Powell. Thanks, Jerome Powell, and the FOMC meeting details. So there is not going to be a rate cut coming, at least not until the next meeting, whenever that is. I don't remember when that is. So that could signal, particularly for copper. Copper is a bit of a canary in the coal mine in terms of economic boom. So in times of economic growth, economic boom, copper is used a lot. Why? Infrastructure, this, that, and the other, technology. So on a bullish economy, copper tends to go up. So on some kind of news like Jerome Powell saying, yeah, we're not going to lower rates yet. We're not going to, input more liquidity into the system. Then looks that seems to be the reason why copper has had a bit of a sell-off. Unfortunately, it's back down below that $5 level, which we really didn't want to see cross. Okay, now we're back into that previous accumulation range. Not great. Although if we look on just the smaller time frame, let's see where we're sitting. So let me get rid of you and you, and you, and you. Yep, and I'll get rid of all of you too. And then we'll get to silver, then the silver giveaway. Then we'll be talking Bitcoin and crypto and all my favorite altcoins and things like that. Altcoins could be bottoming right here. Could be. Let's take it from this low and the significant low, very significant, and this high. We broke through the 618, not great, but we have found support at the 786 roughly. So we're back down through there. So a trader in copper would go, oh, it's broken. Well, a trader in copper would go, and that's why we're seeing probably a fast move as well. Oh, it's broken back through that $5 range. I'm out. Some traders may have gone, I'll just wait to see if it bounces off the 0.23, the 0.618 here at the $4.80 mark. It broke through there, and now they're probably out as well. So traders will be out of copper, I'd imagine, the previous buyers that are around these kind of levels. But you may get new buyers coming in. But yeah, not a lot to say. On the daily time frame, we're nearly reset though. So that could be a quick daily spike. On the weekly time frame, a bit of a move. I mean, it's not the death knell for copper. Okay, so we can't say that. If I show you on the monthly, where's the last major pivot? Okay, the last major pivot is actually kind of really not since down here. Okay, so if I go from here and here, okay, you're still within the belly of the best buy zone. Okay, not the belly of the best, but the zag zone, okay, the expected support range. So yeah, don't close, previous resistance there. Do not close below $4.20. $4.20, bad news bears for copper, okay? I'd love to see it get back over that, there you go, $4.95 area. Really needs to do that, okay? That is copper. Let's take a look at silver, and then we'll get to the silver giveaway. Here is silver on the monthly time frame priced in US dollars. We're looking at $37.15 US cents. I posted a video yesterday. Did everyone see that? If you didn't, it's kind of expanding on what I talked about on the live show on Tuesday, which is the potential downward movement further in silver down to about your $34 to $35 mark. So I did sort of an expanded version on that in a standalone video. It's done quite well. And here's what I won't tell you what I briefly talked about. I will tell you what I briefly talked about. I talked about are they going to turn on or not? Oh, yes, they will when I do that. There you go. Let's see, I'll take it off there. On the linear time frame, again, markets go through three main phases: accumulation, public participation, excess. They do it on the macro time scale, and then you have a large consolidation back down to a certain point. It retraces a lot of the move, usually 1/3 to 2/3 of the entire move. It just so happened with silver in the last move up to 2011, it retraced like way more than 2/3, but that just is what it is. So it does it on macro zoom outs, and then within those you have mini accumulation, public participation, and excess phases. I believe, or many people believe, we're going through one right now, at least on the daily time frame. Here it is on the daily, and it's matching up quite well with Fibonacci and the Elliott wave as well. So a little mini accumulation, a little mini public participation, a little mini excess phase, and that you've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave Elliott move with a potential ABC correction. Now we were just here at about $38 yesterday when I made the video. When I talked about the day before, we were around about $38, and so far it looks like the A of the ABC has played out so far, and we've come back to test previous resistance here at bang on that $37 area. So on balance of probability, now could we, of course, could we absolutely do something like this? It's red now, but oh well. Could we do something like this and then through there? That would be uber bullish. Okay. Let me change you to the neutral yellow. Thanks. Good. Could we do that? Great. Now, if we sail through there, then this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC is invalidated. However, if we do that, well, that's obviously, and we break back through there, that's definitely heading down to at least there, and that would be at $35.30. And I give it anywhere into the zag zone of the green box, with favoring the little mini one right here in between the $35.30 and the $34 mark. I don't think we get down as low as $32.70. You can get down there and it's fine, and it's no time to panic, but I just think it would match up better with previous resistance here and here if we just get down there and test that as support. So here, perfect, onwards and upwards we go, or into here, fine, no worries, let's do that, great. And then eventually we'll break $39.50, we'll break $40, we'll get to $50, we're getting to $100 and all that stuff. That's coming down the track, but just a little dip along the way, and that's the most likely scenario at this stage. Cool. That's silver. That's all I've got to tell you about that. Are you ready? Good. But before we do silver giveaway, you do want to be buying from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Why? Great bullion dealer, best bullion dealer in all of Australia. They give you free shipping when you have 20 or more items in your shopping cart. They also price match. If you can find something on their website that's in stock at another major bullion dealer's website or whatever, and the other guys have got it for cheaper. Now, not like 5 cents cheaper. Don't be that guy, right? Don't be that stacker. But, 10, 15 cents per ounce cheaper, something like that. Send Perth Bullion Exchange a message and go, oh, by the way, there's a bit of they got it for cheaper over there. They'll look at it. If they deem that to be, oh, yeah, it is. Maybe they changed their prices recently. They'll change their prices on the website for everyone, and you get that deal. Okay? Isn't that amazing? Plus, free shipping when you have 20 or more items. Not 20 of one thing. Mix and match. 20 or more items in the shopping cart. Free delivery, sign-on delivery, express delivery, fully insured, all the good stuff, except you don't pay for it. You know why? Because you deserve it. Shall we do? Let's do a silver giveaway time. It is silver giveaway time. Do we have Toni Peterson on the show in order to be here for the thing? She doesn't need to be here for the thing. That's okay, but is proudly sponsored by Toni Peterson. Give me a sec and I'll show you what it is that you will be receiving. I did this, go Silver Shield, 6 Semper Tyrannis, This one right here. It's not this exact one, but I will show you right here. We'll go to... Yeah, it's this one right here. Now, this isn't the one. Now, I'm going to show you, though. Let me go over to here and I'll show you on the... I don't want that either. Go away. Let me share the screen again. Just the screen. Yeah, I'll do just the screen. Cool. Here is, not this exact coin, but here is, not this one that's listed on eBay, but this particular coin is listed for $220 US. Now, it doesn't mean they'll get that, but they're expecting much higher than normal ounce prices. Okay, but this is the coin, this one here. It's the 6 Sempiternus, the Silver Shield 6 Sempiternus, a brilliant uncirculated 1 ounce silver coin. It's just beautiful. So again, it's not this exact one. Okay, and that's the beautiful design on that side, and this is the Silver Shield. So this is the one from 2013. So it's a 12-year-old design, and silver round. If you can see a silver bullet. Now this is from the silver. Oh, is that silver bullet? Silver Shield? 6 Sempiternus. Oh, it is from the silver bullet Silver Shield as well. It's not even from the Silver Shield. So it's actually pre Silver Shield. It's like the OG silver bullet Silver Shield. That's amazing, right? Fantastic. Let me double check that because I do have, let's see, that's just the screen. I didn't want just the screen. I wanted screen and me. You always want to see me, don't you? There we go. That's from, yeah, that is. That's the Slave Queen. Where's my one? Or is it Silver Bullet Silver Shield? Give me a sec. Where's my one? Oh, it is Silver Bullet Silver Shield. Yeah, cool. Anyway, that's it. That's the one you are going to be getting. It's going to be sent to a lucky subscriber for free for being a subscriber. I hit over 2,000 subscribers. I know I'm drawing this out, aren't I? I hit over 2,000 subscribers. Here's how it did work. On the live show on Tuesday, which a bunch of you did watch, I gave you an email address and I gave you a specific phrase that you needed to put in the subject line. In the last 48 hours, I received a bunch of emails and all of you went into the draw. Now, I didn't publicize it any more than that because I wanted to avoid all the people that would see. If I had put, say, silver giveaway in one of the previous videos, you would have had a whole bunch of people, or even in yesterday's standalone video, I say, oh, by the way, we're doing a silver giveaway for, the first 2,000 subscribers. You would have had a bunch of people just hitting the subscribe button and then sending me an email just trying to win a thing without being an actual real subscriber for any kind of decent period of time. But I gave people who watch the live show and watch my stuff regularly a good opportunity. So we've got a few entrants and we're going to draw it right now. Let's show you the entrants just to show you that they are true and real entrants. And you are going to win. One of you is going to win this. Let's go back and share the screen. Screen and Joe. You're going to win that 6 Sempiternus 1 ounce Silver Bullet Silver Shield silver coin. Here are the entrants right here. Now, I don't know if you can see that properly. If I go like this and I'll move it to, I'll go cut. Excuse me, I'll go cut and I'll move it to here instead. Oh, come on. Oh, fuck off. Stupid piece of shit. Sorry. I'll do that and I'll do, can I move it? Okay, what the F is going on? Oh, I can't. It's because it's read only. Okay, that's fine. So in here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 to 11 entrants. Congratulations. You have a 1 in 11 chance of winning it right now. Does that match up really? Can you see the people? Yeah, your names are in there. Now we're going to do a random number generator. Here we go. It is from 1 to 11. When I hit that spin button, wherever it lands pointing upwards is the winner. Are you ready? Let's go. Ding, 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 ding. This is spinning music. Congratulations. Number 2 is selected and number 2 is Chris Hallahan. Congratulations, Chris Hallahan. You have won a 1 ounce 6 Sempiternus from the Silver Bullet and Silver Shield range from 2013. worth way more than spot price at the moment. I've seen them go on eBay for a decent amount. Okay, so congratulations, you are the winner. What I'll get you to do, Chris, is send me another email, or I'll try and remember to reply to your email. Then I'll put you in touch with Tony Peterson, and Tony Peterson, who is the wonderful sponsor of this particular giveaway, will send you the coin for free wherever you are in the world. So congratulations to Chris Hallahan, my friend. Have you ever won anything before, Chris? Chris, that's fitting. Where is he? Is he in here? Well done, Chris. Well done indeed. Yes, I do agree. A nice little short list in the draw. I do agree with that. I do agree. Yes, some of you decided, of course I was working. Yeah, that's right. So some of you didn't get in, but that's okay. Let's see. Tony sponsored the giveaway. Yes, she did. Awesome, Tony. Well done. Fantastic. Silver Shield. G'day, Corbett. Silver Shield. Silver Bullet Silver Shield too. Like old school Chris Dwayne days. I interviewed Chris Dwayne on the show a couple of months ago. Check that out. Let's see. Congratulations. Yes. Well done, Chris, says Jason Ashworth. Chris, that's fitting. Don't know why that's fitting, but that's good. And thank you, Tony. Yes, thank you, Tony. You are the best whenever you see this. That is the silver giveaway. Let's do Bitcoin and crypto and TOSHI and all that other kind of stuff. We're going to switch it over, people, to the crypto panel. Can you see me on the right hand side there? And you can see the show. This part of it's brought to you by Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com, and Stormrake. Stormrake.com, your full service cryptocurrency brokerage. You get 2% brokerage fees for life when you sign up with my referral link. Okay, you can sign up at stormrake.com. You can't see it because my face is in the way. And you can sign up there directly and you'll pay 3.5% full service cryptocurrency brokerage fees. But if you sign up through this link, I'll post it somewhere, or you can type this in the address bar. There's an E at the end of it. I'll show you. Screw it. Give it to me right there. Right there. There you go. If you sign up through my link right there, you get 2% brokerage fees for the life of the account. Why would you want to sign up for Stormrake as a crypto native? Maybe you don't, because you're happy to buy on exchanges and you know all about it. Your friends and family are the ones you really need to think about now, okay? Don't be selfish. Think about your friends and family. You want to give them the gift of Stormrake. Why? Because they're a full-service cryptocurrency brokerage who just handle it all for your friends and family. Okay, they operate in Australia, they sell to the UK, they operate in the USA, New Zealand, and multiple other selected countries. Okay, when your friends and family start bugging you to get into crypto because of the prices, through the bloody roof, do you want to teach them? Do you want to take on that tax burden and buy crypto for them? Or do you want to spend hours and hours teaching them how to do it? No. Send them to Stormrake, stormrake.com. It's like an old school cryptocurrency brokerage where you can just call these guys and just say, I want $10,000 of Bitcoin. They go, great, leave it with me. I'll handle it. And they do it all for you. So they have to charge a fee because they need to make money. But don't pay 3.5%, pay 2%. Cool? Cool. That was the early plug. Let's go to Bitcoin and general crypto. Any chart requests, get them in right now, and I might have time to have a look at them. It's done it again. It's done it again. Here is Bitcoin on the daily time frame. It has done it again. 117,875. Once again, it has respected the 0.236. It is setting it up. This is very interesting here. It's in a bit of a no man's land since we broke out of the $110,000 level. We come up to $123,000, back down, and from this low and this high right here, you've got the normal zag zone, or the normal expected support range, which we haven't even touched. We had a bit of a test down, but look at this every single time. This is incredible support, okay? Bouncing off the 0.236 of that 117,400, roughly a bunch of, look at all these spikes, close above spike, close above spike, one close below, doesn't matter. Look at all of that. Spike, close above, spike, close above, spike, down, close above. Okay, so we're right in between this support zone range. Okay, there's your support resistance zone there, and there's your support zone. Something has to give eventually. I don't know exactly which way it will go. I am bullish on Bitcoin, over the longer term. This is a live show where I burp and fart and do all that other stuff. You just don't hear the farts because they're silent but deadly. So we're just in this range at the moment. Okay, so what's happening? Some people are trading this range. So that's why you're getting this choppiness. Okay, so don't get lost in the chop. Don't try and trade this because you're not a professional trader, and neither am I. I'm not trying to trade this at all. Cool. You need to wait to see whether it breaks down through here, and then we'll talk about lower prices down into, say, 114,000, anywhere down to about 108,000. Close below 108,000. Bad news. So you don't want to see that. Anywhere down into this area before we pivot off and onwards and upwards. No problem. Or you want to see it break through the top end of the support zone at 120,000. That would be very bullish. Okay, so do that. I don't know. We're just in a trading range. Good. That's Bitcoin. I do believe it's going to $1 million later on down the track, just like gold. Gold's going to $8,000, $10,000 or more. Bitcoin in the longer term, because of, algorithmically, the halving every 4 years, etc., reduced supply, static supply, but reduced emissions of said supply of 21 million Bitcoin only and forever. It's adopted by institutions. It's going to $1 million a Bitcoin and possibly higher over the longer period of time. Little blips along the way here. Okay, so you probably should, I was almost going to say regardless of where the price is, but no, over a 4-year cycle, if the 4-year cycle is a thing, markets go right up and they do go down. But kind of over the longer term, you just kind of want to own about 10% of your portfolio in Bitcoin just to hold it, because it's going up over the longer term, unless kind of some black swan event where, it goes to zero for some reason. Sure, quantum computing, sure, full-on kind of conspiracy theory kind of things, sure, I get it. They've certainly come true in the past, but on balance of probability, we're just rocketing. We're going higher over the longer term. You probably should own a little bit of Bitcoin. 10% of your wealth, do that. And if you want to do that, use stormbreak.com with my 2% brokerage fees. Not a lot to say other than that. Let's take a look. Speaking of other than that, let's take a look at others. Interesting. Others on the daily time frame. US dollar, let's say market cap, $284.6 billion market cap. Double bottom. Who loves a double bottom? Jason Ashworth loves a double bottom. Look at this. Potential double bottom here on the others market. I'll show you on the 4-hour time frame. You have on the 4-hour is that, I don't know if you can say that's hidden bullish divergence. Can you? What did I do there? Let's see. What you'd be looking for on the... No, you cannot, because you'd be looking for a higher low and a lower low or an equal low. So that's kind of... What you'd be looking for is... let me see. If you're basing it on the spikes or basing it on the closes. Generally, you're supposed to base it on the closes and not on the spikes. Let's have a look. I don't know if you can say that just yet. Yeah, potential maybe hidden bullish divergence, but not just locked in just yet. Why is that there? No idea. And let me get rid of you, and let me get rid of you. There was something that I wanted to show you. Maybe it was the 1-hour time frame. Yeah, it was the 1 hour. Okay, that's what it was. Cool. Let's have a look. You have regular bullish divergence playing out on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, and this is where you have a lower low, and that's, you can call that a pivot. Sometimes that's definitely a pivot point right there, roughly. Okay, it's that kind of general area. So that's a lower low, and then you've got a higher low on the relative strength index. That's bullish. That's very normal, regular bullish divergence, so long as you remain above that 280 kind of billion. Okay, and on the... No, that's a lower... Yeah, I'll just say regular bullish divergence on the 1 hour time frame. So that doesn't mean it rockets onwards and upwards, to new highs and all that kind of stuff. It's just on the hourly. Probably expecting some slightly higher moves on the others altcoin market, which is the general altcoin market minus the top 10. And in order to be uber ultra bullish, let's please close above right there at 286 billion, and it did that thing again. Let me pop that there for you. So close above 286 billion, and that would be making a higher high on the 1 hour time frame. That's good. Okay, you want that. You want successive higher highs and higher lows. On the 1 hour time frame, we've been making lower highs and lower lows on the pivot points. If that turns around, and particularly on the, not on the daily, you can't say that on the daily, on the 4 hour, yeah, it's not until you get really above 290 billion that would be saying, let's see, higher high. Sorry, that's a lower high, lower high. Okay, once you cross through there, then you can say, oh, it's the first higher high on the 4 hour time frame. So that would be good too. So we're not out of the woods yet. Cross through that 290 billion, and then we'll talk about potential higher prices. But just the next couple of hours at least, probably some higher prices looking for your favorite altcoins. Okay, could this be a full-on bottoming though on the daily? Okay. Let's see. Let's talk about some individuals. Okay, individuals such as, here is TOSHI on the daily time frame, price in USD 0.0055. Still not in the area in which I would say it's onwards and upwards from here. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the Elliott wave and then ABC pattern is still playing out. And the, as I said a couple of days ago, you're targeting here. That is your major level of support that if it does not hold here, I'm expecting a bounce here, and that's anywhere between 0.0052 to 0.0005. I'm expecting some kind of bounce. Doesn't mean it's the bottom, okay? But that would line up quite well with, let's see, if I change this around a bit and get rid of you and get rid of you and you, because that's now that. Let's go from here to here. Where is that sitting? Okay, cool. That's sitting right at the 0.618. I don't know why that trend line is in. Don't know why I'd even bother with that. Now I'll show you. If I pop in the new zag zone from this low and this, from this low and this high at the 0.618, that's sitting right at that resistance zone. So when I pop in the rectangle, there you go. And I'll pop that in a different color for you. No, I'll pop that in a different color. Let me do that and that for you. Cool, right there. Cool, there's your expected support range, and that expected support range comes down to the very top end of that. If you take a look here, that's at the very top end of that support range, and that's at that 0.0052. So yeah, anywhere into that area there would be very good to bounce off, and that would be good confluence with the 0.618, the bottom end of the zag zone from this high and this low, the expected support range. So I'm expecting a bounce here. What we do from there, I don't bloody know, and neither do you. So if we fall through 0.0005 and we start closing days below it, bad. And I don't know what to tell you if you're a TOSHI holder from all the way back at the Coinbase listing. You're not, I mean, that's not great. Yeah, don't know what to say. It depends how much you have, depends how far down you are, depends where you bought, okay? If you're in some kind of profit here in TOSHI still, because you bought down here, maybe you bought down in this dip down here, maybe you bought just around here, I don't know. I would suggest though, if you break and close and hold below 0.0005, get out. Okay, just get out and you can always get back in. Okay, but if you're in profit and you haven't taken profits yet, I probably would have already, because we can't say 100% that TOSHI is going to go up anytime soon until general crypto is going to say that's going to go up. If general crypto goes up, I'm saying very certain, 99.99% sure that TOSHI will go up with them. Some people have been giving me shit on X saying that you told people to buy TOSHI. No, I bloody well didn't. And you know I didn't. I've never told anyone to buy TOSHI. I'm actually not in TOSHI myself. I've told you multiple times I'm not in TOSHI. I was in TOSHI, then it got listed on Coinbase. I sold around that general-ish kind of area, and it's been way down since then. I'm just looking for an opportunity to get back in. Okay, and I've been saying, if we do X, then we do Y. If we do this, then we do that. I've never told anyone to buy. I'm actually asking your opinion. Are you still in? Are you buying at these levels, etc.? I want to know what you're doing. I'm not telling you what you should do or what I'm even doing. I'm actually waiting for that break here of 00075. Until we break 00075 and hold above it, technically it's 00076 something. I can't tell you in any way, shape or form that TOSHI is going to go up, onwards and upwards from here. I like that it's getting down to this general support level, which is where if you are going to have a massive turnaround and in the opposite direction, this is where it would do it. If it doesn't do it here, it's probably not likely going to do it. Cool? So that's TOSHI. Are you still in? Post a comment below. Or a reply. I did mention ZBCN. Let's do that. Then give me your... Ooh! Okay. Wow, that was a visceral reaction. Interesting. Here is ZBCN. ZBEC network on the daily time frame price in USD. We got through it. No, when I say we, I'm not in ZBCN. Nope. I said I wanted to wait for... at bare minimum to get through the top end of the zag zone. Oh, well, guess what? We're at the top end of the zag zone. Do I need to take a position in ZBCN ASAP? I might need to do so. I said, while we are below here, I can't say a new all-time high in ZBCN is coming anytime soon. While we are above the zag zone, that was at the 0053-ish area, a new all-time high in ZBCN is quite likely. It's not 100% confirmed. We're in, on the daily time frame, we've just gone into extremely overvalued, but you can spend a bit of time there. Let's see if there's any just sort of, okay. Need to see if there's any bearish divergence playing out. Remember I told you all the way back here, I asked you lovely ZBCN holders, have you taken some profits here? So we had the higher high, the lower high on the relative strength index. We had the equal high, the lower high on the relative strength index, and that was a double bearish. It was bearish divergence confluence, if that makes sense. So it was two bearish divergence signals, and then we saw that protracted low. I said up here, have you taken any profits, right? And all the way back down to right down to here. Then I said, okay, if we start closing above here, then maybe new all-time high is very, very likely. We just need to watch out now. We're on the 4-hour time frame. We have a higher high. Cool. We're not through the 0.618. We're not through the 0.786 Fibonacci here at 00613. We're not through there yet. You do have so far. We've been in, see, up in here, we've already gone into extremely overvalued on the 4-hour. Again, this is the 4-hour, so it doesn't matter over the longer term, probably not. I'm going to say on balance of probability, you might find some resistance here at the 0061 mark before it takes maybe a little bit of a dip, retests here somewhere, and then hopefully onwards and upwards. But what I would need to see in order to say that this is not bearish divergence is you continue to make a higher high. You continue to make higher highs, pick a point where it is. Could it be double top at the previous all-time high? But I need to see that cross above here. If it doesn't do that, if it does this and then goes like that and then pivots off, then that's a higher high and an equal or lower high, and that's bearish divergence. Again, on the 4-hour, so it doesn't really matter, maybe not. Here is the daily time frame. You've got lots of room to move on the daily. Here is the weekly. Ooh, on the weekly. ZBCN. Could ZBCN be front running the next crypto bull run? Could it be one of those canaries in the coal mine? Ooh, it could be. Let's have a look. Trend line, blah, blah, blah. Get rid of you, get rid of you. All right, this is ZBCN on the weekly time frame, and I'm going to get rid of all these stupid trend lines and all that stuff here. One moment later. Cool. Yeah, what I would say is I love ZBCN. I like the idea of it, and it's a great community. I would say, however, you are potentially playing out some weekly bearish divergence at the same time. Okay, it's only potential because you haven't pivoted, right? You could even come up to make an all-time high, pick an all-time high. So on balance of probability, you are probably making an all-time high, which means at least probably breaks above there. But what it does when we get above there, I don't know. Okay, you could come up to a certain high, pick a point, maybe like the psychological 1 cent mark. Cool, maybe like there. And then that's a higher high. But then if it starts pivoting back down, and then you've got at least, you know, a couple of weeks of pivot point, a couple of weeks downward movement, then that might be setting up for an equal or lower high. So higher high, equal or lower high. And same thing on, like I showed you on the 4-hour time frame, might play out on the weekly time frame. You just gotta be careful around here. That's all I'm saying. But I could be wrong. And on the monthly, you could just be, look at this. Now the monthly time frame, oh, that is looking pretty nice. Okay, so that's ZBCN. It's a much... the crypto's only been around since April of last year, so it's not a huge amount of data to go on. Okay, if I were to do, and actually I will do that very quickly. Let me see if I can do this, and let me see if it works for such a small time frame. And I'll get rid of you too, and then we'll get to some other crypto as well. I also need to check what my stocks have done since the stock market has opened today. If I go like this, and I'll put you on linear. Okay. What is that? Could you say that's... Yeah, I don't know about the phases here. I don't know about the phases. Could you say that's public participation? So that's, I mean, that's definite accumulation, right? Accumulation up to a certain point. Accumulation. Could you say that that's public participation? That's a really huge dip. Is that public participation? That's very parabolic for a public participation. It almost looks like an excess phase. Could you say that that is... Yeah, it's pretty huge. Let me see. If I go from U to U, that's down below. Okay, could you say that this is the excess phase which is happening? Yes, you could. So could this be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That could be, we're getting into the excess phase, which means the kind of getting towards the end of the phase. Could be. But I will leave it for that. That is ZBCN. Do I have any other chart requests? Let's go back. So Gerald Draper says a couple more listings will fix that. You're probably... Gee, just my number one hold, Joe, for ZBCN. Good on you, man. I love it. Yeah, got to break 8 cents but to break 1 or 2 cents, 1 or 2 cents will play out before or by Thanksgiving. You could be right, my friend. You could be right, Gerald. Absolutely. Yes, I told you I took 18% profit on ZBCN. Good on you, man. You did. About time. I'm not on board just yet, my friend. I might be, though. I don't know. I'm not sure. Dollar cost average time. Yes, you could be right, my friend. XRP, says Space Miner. Hey, Steve. G'day, Steve. Interesting about... yes, Space Miner. It is 42% is a huge deal. Yes, you are very welcome. 42% discount, 2% brokerage fees for your friends and family, or you if you just don't want to do it yourself. Yeah, stormrake.com. Sign up now. Hey, Steve. Interesting. Yes, good to see you on the show, Steve. Hey, Steve. Never seen you before on the show. Welcome to see you. Welcome to see you. Welcome to the show. Ugh. Yeah. XRP, says Space Miner. Sure. Let's do XRP. Here is XRP on the daily time frame, US dollars on the logarithmic scale, $3.11. We have found exact support, still at the top end of the zag zone at $3. We're holding support. That's all you need to know. While we are above this support range, that's really bullish over the longer term. I do not, as I've said, do not cross below and close below. Crossing's fine, we can spike. Do not close a weekly time frame below $2.60. Bad news. You would want, if you bought XRP, if you've owned XRP since all the way down here or way back, if you're an old school holder way below and you're still in massive profit, if it closes below $2.60, I would say you might want to look if you're a hodler for the long term because you're waiting for, you know, the ISO compliant contracts to come in and all that kind of stuff, right? The government to recognize them and they become the new currency and all that kind of conspiracy theory stuff, which might not be conspiracy theory at all. Then sure, just hold XRP and do what you're going to do. But if you're a trader and you're down here and you've made some profits, if you start closing below $2.60, get out of it, particularly as a trader. If you're an investor for the longer term, just hold, man. But yeah, $2.60 would not be good, okay? From this low and this high, it's through the zag zone. It's getting back into this general range, and you don't want to close below there. Cool. All I need to see is it close back above new all-time high. I mean, we made a new all-time high, $2.65, which is great. But on the weekly, as you can see, it was a bearish divergence where you had a higher high and you had that lower high on the relative strength index. I just need to see it hold $2.60, please and thank you. Preferably very bullish would be bouncing off that $3 mark and then onwards and upwards we go, and then we'll talk higher prices. But I do believe that the psychological value, bare minimum, I think it can get up to $10. That psychological value is the next one. Okay, the next major high for XRP is at your $10 psychological value, around-ish there. Don't forget, some people like to front run. So traders will front run the $10 psychological thing and go, well, if every Manly's dog is going to consider selling at $10, I'm going to sell at the 2.618 from this high. Where is it? Not from this high and this low at, you know, $8.40. I'll take a $1.50 haircut so I can get in before everyone else, so I can get out before everyone else gets out. Cool. But that general kind of mark, $8.50, $10, I think is your next major resistance range after we break all-time high, if we do, which is not guaranteed just yet. That is XRP. Anything else I want to talk about? No specifics. I don't think. Anything that I'm looking at? Let's see. No, there's nothing else. No, unless there's any specific things that you want to look at, I think I will leave it at that. I'm going to quickly double check my portfolio time. I normally do my what I learned this week thing. Okay. Let's do my what I learned this week segment. This segment is brought to you by Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. What the hell is masteringthemarkets.com? It's an amazing educational course based here in Australia. If you do live overseas, you can still do the course. There's just different time zones. That's really basically all it is. Okay, these guys are amazing. It's headed up by the amazing David Bird, aka ASX Trader, if you're familiar with him on YouTube. Got into ASX Trader stuff a few months ago. Then I interviewed him on the channel a couple of times. Then I got into the Mastering the Markets Academy community. Then I started their year-long comprehensive a couple of weeks ago. Now, some of this stuff in the start of the year-long comprehensive course, I was already previously aware of, but I just learned it in different ways. And so it's actually been really good to go back to basics and go, support and resistance zones and market phases and things like that. But there's some things I went, I didn't think about it in that way. So I'm still learning, even though we're at the beginning of the thing. And very soon, from week 3, week 4, I'm probably going to start learning things that I didn't even think of beforehand. Okay. Why was I saying this? Because I'm talking to you about what I learned this week. So what we learned this week was basically just about simple support and resistance zones. And I'll go back to that Bitcoin price that I'll show you. I'm doing this to show you sort of the things that I'm learning, and I'm doing it on purpose to use my own rhetoric to see if I can explain it in a way that is simple enough for regular people, you normies to understand. So that means I've imbibed it correctly, and that means if I can teach it to someone else, I understand it. So I'm using you as my teaching tool, as my learning tool, if that makes sense. So it's pretty simple. Support and resistance zones. Okay, we also talked about primary, secondary, primary, secondary, and where are we? Primary, secondary, and minor trends as well. This is the index price of Bitcoin. Why am I on that one? I don't want to be on that one. I'll do that one. That's kind of much better. Okay, so it's pretty simple. Your primary trend is obviously the massive one. It's the big long one. Okay, that's obvious. This is pretty simple stuff here. But if I just go to a trend line, there's kind of your general primary trend, okay? And within your primary trend, you have your secondary trends, which is these ones here, the big ones, the swing trading ones. There, that's your up. So your general primary trend is up. I mean, you can see it's going up, right? Your secondary trends are your major tops and bottoms, and then your minor trends, the little bits of up and down in between on the weeklies, these little things are your minor trends. So that's just generally talking about primary, secondary, and minor trends. And, if you're a long-term investor, you're not looking at even looking at the secondary trend, you're just looking at the primary trend. If you're a long-term Warren Buffett-esque, not that Warren Buffett's in Bitcoin, but you're just looking at the primary trend. If you're a swing trader, then you're looking at the secondary trend. That's your main compass is your secondary trend, because you're looking to get in at the major lows and the major highs, okay, over a longer period of time, but not as long as you're just buying and holding Bitcoin, which everyone should buy and hold some Bitcoin just for the long term. So just think about the primary trend for that. For swing traders, think about the secondary trend, and for your day traders, then you're worrying about what's happening in the weekly time frame and the daily time frame. So that's your three major trends. And of course, it also talked about your support ranges. So I'll pop here on the 1 hour time frame, and it's pretty easy to find how you draw in major support and resistance zones. So what you do here is you find the pivot points. Okay, so you find your pivot points. They're your highs and your lows, and that's what we learned in the first week. Okay, so you map out your major highs and your major lows. So your pivot points, okay? That is on that. I want a highlighter. Cool. So major highs, major pivot points. I'm not going to do greens and reds and things. I'll just do it like there. Okay, there's one. Okay, there's one. There. Very simple kind of stuff here ish, right? They're not drawn in perfectly. Down here, etc. And so then what you're trying to do is you're trying to draw in a support zone. Now, not just a simple line, okay? You don't want a simple horizontal line, because you need to encompass as many of those pivot points as possible within your support zone, okay? And that's also put that down in there. So that's why you get something like this. If you draw in, if I go back here, do that, you want to encompass as many of those resistance zones as possible. So you want to get those kind of lined up as much as you can. That's an outlier, so you wouldn't include it, all right? So the ones where they're kind of touching the most. So it's kind of between here and that kind of range, as you can generally see. So that's where I had it roughly drawn in before. And then you do the same on the support. You want to have them touching most of the pivot points, and probably not including the outliers, because what's the outlier? The outliers are your liquidity grabs. That's where people put their stop losses, and particularly in the crypto market, people love the crypto markets because they're dirty, greedy bastards. They hunt your stop loss. Okay, so people going long here. So for example, a whole bunch of people who go long, they use leverage, they borrow some money from the exchange, and they go, I'm going to go 1 times 2, so 2 times, 3 times, 50 times, 100 times leverage, going to borrow money to buy Bitcoin at this price. Oh, it's back in that support range. Fantastic. Look, this support range is held for a while. I'm going to buy right here. So some bright spark has done the following. They've gone like this. I'm going to buy, look at all this support range here, that support zone. I'm going to buy and go long 100 times leverage right here. Aren't I really smart? Yes, I am. Ha, ha, ha. We're going to the moon. And then what crypto exchanges in particular, not stock exchanges, they don't do it. Crypto exchanges go, really? You think I'm going to pay you millions of dollars when you've gone 100 times long down here? Really? You think I'm going to pay that out? No. Where would you have put your stop loss? This guy here, Mr. Leverage Long guy here, put his stop loss somewhere below here. Why? Well, because he doesn't want to risk it going all the way down here and losing a whole bunch of money, right? So he puts his stop loss somewhere in here, and the crypto exchanges go, Yeah, you think I'm gonna pay you out $100,000? No, thank you. I'm gonna stop you out and grab your liquidity, sucked in, and then the price goes and back up again, and now it's at support again. So actually, when you look at Bitcoin on a support and resistance zone, and I know we're getting back into Bitcoin, here's what it's done: support, 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 grabbed liquidity, back at support again. That's very bullish, okay? If you do not get back into this zone, if you've done this, right, grab liquidity, gone back up, back into the support zone and bounced off it, it's more likely that you head up than you head down. The only thing would be, I did say this the other day, is that if you get back into this liquidity grab area, you've got to be a little bit worried. Okay, it's like, why aren't they buying here? So far, they are buying here. That's looking all right for Bitcoin so far. Again, this is on the 1 hour time frame. So that is what I learned. I learned about primary, secondary, minor trends, and I learned about support and resistance zones. I think I've imbibed it pretty well. I think I've done okay. That is due to Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. I would highly recommend you go over there and check them out at masteringthemarkets.com. Consider signing up for their next course, whenever that is. And if you don't want to be a part of a course, at least sign up to their academy. Now, this is actually where I started learning a lot, even before I started the course. So I was part of the Mastering the Markets Academy. Okay, academy.masteringthemarkets.com. I would highly recommend you sign up for their free version. There is a free version. Anything listed in the general community section is free to all users. It's not until you come down to the Mastering the Markets Academy stuff, whereas a lot of the secret sauce and all the alpha and all that, that becomes a paid subscription. But I got to tell you, for the monthly subscription that you pay for being part of the paid side of the academy, I learned so much already. And I placed some trades accordingly, and I'm actually doing, my portfolio is doing all right in terms of the stock market stuff already, just being paid part of the Mastering the Markets Academy, not even doing a course. Okay, head over academy.masteringthemarkets.com. And finally, I just want to check one thing right here. Give me 1 second. You can't see that. How have we done? How has Thursday opened up for me? Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to go back here and then we'll do a final roundup unless we have a chart request, but I probably don't have time for any more chart requests. Yeah, Joe, really appreciating the breakdown lesson. Great portion of the show. I'm very happy now to do this. It helps me, and if it helps you too, that is great. Stock market, what's it done? Do I have any? Where's my watch list? Notifications. Oh my God, 100 notifications. Holy moly. Falls below. Oh, did I get stopped out? I got stopped out. I finally got stopped out of that Star Entertainment one. Okay, I'm out of that finally. Am I? Okay, cool. Give me a second. Star Entertainment. It finally dropped below and I finally got stopped out of it. Did I? Give me 1 second. Yes, I did. Oh, a couple of things there. Fair enough. Okay, I'm out of that. Let's see what's up today. Okay, SYA is up today. You can't see it. Santos is up today. What is taking a beating? Oh, damn. Okay, so USL has taken a bit of a beating. Now, we were going to expect this. Let me share the screen again. I'll just show you a couple of the stocks that I'm in. Silver mining stocks are taking a beating today because that just is what it is. USL. So the stock market is opened. The Australian stock market's open. Yeah, USL's still taking a beating. It was going to. I'm in USL for the longer term, and it's still above where I got in anyway. So on a markets zig and markets zag thing, yeah, that's what they do. Why is that there and why is that there? No freaking idea why any of you are there. 2, 3. No, go away. Yeah, so I'm in from around about 23 cents, I think is my buy-in. And we had a massive move up to that nearly 50 cent mark. And if you have a look on the weekly time frame for USL, this is Unico Silver Limited, a silver mining stock. It's printing a higher high on the weekly time frame. That's really bullish. expect upwards and ups and downs. Markets go up, markets go down. So I'm fine to stay in USL while it is above 2.9 cents. No problem. I'm back in down here at 2.3. That's even just, but that's right about the 0.786. That's fine. You can get into this area here and be completely fine. So anywhere between 37 cents, to 29 cents, no problem. I would allow down to about the 0.786. I will say though, if it does start closing anywhere below my rough get-in area of 23 cents, I might consider getting out and then just seeing what happens. And if I buy back higher, I have to buy back higher, but I'm doing fine with USL. And even though I think silver will have a bit of a dip, if silver continues to dip, then these will probably continue to dip, but I'm very confident with silver over longer term. I might even be happy to hold these just from a trading point of view. Just sticking to rules, yeah, I preferably don't want to see it break below where I got in at. So I'll watch there at about 23 cents. Anything else? Ooh, hydrogen's down. Sun Silver is down. I'm also in Sun Silver. And that's SS1. SS1 I am in, which had been doing really well for me. It's just down at the moment. Yeah, it's just down. It's back in the zag zone. So this from this low and this high. No, so from that high and that low. So now I want you and you. And now I'll do you and you. So let's pick it on the weekly time frame. Where's a decent pivot point? I'll do it on the monthly. Okay, let's do it on the monthly. We'll take it from this low and this high. And we can get anywhere down into, yeah, that's pretty obvious. Right there. Anywhere down to 76 cents. What's my average? My average is below 76 cents. So, okay. My average is above 76 cents. My average is around about 82 cents as I'm looking at my little portfolio here. I might just have to, I'll take the mini loss. I won't take the loss, but I'll just write it down a little bit. I would say if it closes anywhere below, yeah, it's pretty obvious. If you start closing the weeks below 76 cents, then I will absolutely get out and I'll just take that small loss because you want to cut your losses. Do not ride things down. If they get through significant areas, get out of them because why? You don't bloody know where something's going. If it closes a day below or a week below 76.5 cents, I'm getting out, man. Even though it could do this, but you don't know because that could just keep going down and then further and further down. Who knows? It's an individual stock. I don't know what's going to happen with Sun Silver. What happens to the CEO? What's this then? Bad news? Controversy? I don't know. The silver price just keeps going down, so you just got to stick to your rules. So I'll be out below 76.5 cents, but we're nowhere near there yet, and we're making successive, this is on the weekly time frame, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Let's print a higher low somewhere here. I'd really want to see that there at 82.5 cents. Bounce off there. Chef's kiss. Onwards and upwards we go. Okay, that's SS1. I don't want to share anything else at the moment. Uranium down. Lots of other things down at the moment. But one of my lithium stocks is doing well, which is SYA, Sayona Mining. Yeah, that's it. I'm out of here, people. Let's get out. Yeah, good. Ladies and gentlemen, you have watched Good Morning Stackers. We did a silver giveaway. We talked gold, silver prices. We talked Bitcoin, crypto. We did the What I Learned this week. You'll get another one of those on Thursday next week. Yeah, and then finally what we do is a final synchronized slurp. What you need to do, obviously, is hit the big red subscribe button right now on YouTube and on X. Follow me on X, nearly 3,800 followers. Over 2,000 followers on YouTube, hence doing the silver giveaway today. I'll do another silver giveaway at... I'll do another one at 3,000, sure. I'll do another one at 3,000. Maybe I wait for 5,000. Maybe you just need to subscribe to find out. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, people. Sorry. Yeah, and we're going to dance it out. So grab your tasty beverages, whatever it is that you're drinking, and we slurp it together and we dance it out because, ladies and gentlemen, you have watched... Grab it. Let's do that. 3, 2, 1, go. Good sesh, people. You'll get some more recorded content tomorrow. Stay safe, stay informed. God, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and I'll see you soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.